Hi, everybody. This is David Scott, your English 101 instructor. I'm just dropping in to recap week one and look ahead to week two. It's been really cool to see all of your writing pop up, your discussion board, introductions, and your various writing activities, including your communication log, your phase one exploration, which talked about your writing processes. This gives me a lot of insight into your writing process, and hopefully it was revealing for you too to kind of figure out, okay, what kinds of writing do I engage with, and how do I engage with it? What kinds of things do I do to get the writing done? So that's kind of the point of really this whole class, but certainly with phase one, we're really digging deep into your writing experiences, your processes, to get a sense of where you've been. And I think that, well, the basic philosophy, my philosophy with this class is that the more you look at and analyze how you write something, the types of writing that you've done, the different types of processes that go into this, it can help you create more purposeful writing in the future. So more impactful. I kind of call it writing on purpose. So you're writing with intention. You're trying to deliberately create the best writing that you can. And I think the more you understand maybe your past experiences and how you write now can affect your future writing. All right, so we've been engaging with that in this throughout this last week. So you made it through week one. Congratulations. I would say some of the struggles of the week seem to be more with just trying to figure out Google Docs. I did have some folks express frustration with trying to figure out Google Docs. It is a little bit tricky, but once you get the hang of it, then it's just a matter of completing your assignments and using them in Google Docs. Eventually, when we get to rough drafts and things like that, I'll be able to go in there and give you feedback on your rough drafts. So let me minimize my lovable face here. Okay, so now I'm in the corner, and now you can see Blackboard. Let's take a look at the modules right there. So week one is over. If you haven't completed everything, please do so. You want to complete everything before moving on to week two. Let's talk about sharing folders and sharing documents. Most of you have it. There are a few documents that I've seen pop up in assignments, and I don't have access to them because for whatever reason, there were some folks that didn't share it with me. So let's talk a little bit about that. So you've hopefully created your Google folder, and if there are any questions on that, just let me know. But let's bring up a document. This is just a random document that I have lying around. It doesn't have really anything to do with this course, but it actually has some good information. But besides that, I want to talk about how to share it if you don't know already. It's pretty easy. If you see this big blue share button, you click on that, and then you just enter the email address of the person that you'd like to share it with. In this case, it would be, me, David Scott 3 at boisestate.edu. So you would just click on that and then hit send. And then I would get an email letting me know that you've shared a document with me, and then I could look at it. So that's an easy way to do it. Or you can go up to this left-hand corner where it says File, click on that, and hit Share that way, and then it just goes through the same process. So if you haven't shared your work with me, please do so. Otherwise, I can't access it. It's private until you do that. Again, if you're having struggles with that, just let me know. All right, let's move back to Blackboard. We've looked at a little bit at Module 1. I think that was really the only sticking point I would say that most people were having, was the whole Google Docs aspect of it. So let's move back to, or let's go forward to Module 2. Module 2, there's a couple of different writings. I would say this module really shifts gears in getting you to think about the writing that you do, the processes that you engage with and thinking about how might you sum that up using a metaphor. So if you're not familiar with metaphors, you're making a comparison. An example would be it's a way to describe your writing using a comparison, and so sometimes this helps people to get a sense of where their writing is, and what it's like and what their processes are like. So an example might be writing is like cooking. First I have to assemble the ingredients, and then I have to organize them so it will result in a tasty dish that my audience can enjoy, or something like that. Feel free to get as kooky as you want with the metaphors. I had someone once describe writing as, that's like jumping off a cliff and knitting myself a parachute before I splat. And so, if it makes sense to you and you're able to articulate it, that's the important thing. So have fun with this one. Get a little creative. So we'll see this come up in Module 2, where you'll start to craft your metaphors for writing. This will come into play later on with the Modules 3 and 4 as we move into making an infographic. But don't worry about that right now. Right now, just try to be creative and think of an interesting metaphor that would sum up your writing and your writing processes. That's going to be filtering through the assignments this week. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop there because there's probably only so many minutes of me talking that any one person can take. So have a great week. I'm still reading through a lot of the Phase 1 explorations. And so I guess just have a wonderful week. Stay out of the smoke. Stay hydrated. I don't know. People always say to stay hydrated. And I will talk to you online.